with?
Oh, no, I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Just
these tags are...
Yeah, just collecting tags.
Don't get,
yeah, that's what I'm doing. Take pictures of tags, put them up on the internet.
For?
Huh?
For?
Awareness.
Awareness?
Yeah.
Get a hold of...
All right, get a hold of them, yeah.
Sounds like a plan, Chief.
All right.
Not on private property, so...
Exactly.
On the sidewalk, you're good.
You're exactly right.
Now you're on private property, my friend.
Actually, no. Look at the lights.
No.
Those are Springfield lights. That's a public utility.
So at this point, I'm going to call the police, make sure that they get you on.
To go downstairs on the far side of Franconia, or was it, maybe it was Oakie Milk? I'm not sure exactly where, but I thought it was just an entrance to the stairs going down. When I found out, it was a time warp.
With your hands on your hips.
Okay.
What's up?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Enjoy your day.
You too. May I ask where you're heading?
Right now we're headed to Richmond. In general, we're trying to get to New Orleans.
Oh, wow. I can't even get you to Richmond, but I can get you towards 95 South if you want.
Where could you get us?
Let me think. Where are we at? Springfield, 95. I'm not sure what's a good hitchhiking place. I was in hitchhikers since the 70s. You gave me a Woodstock flashback when I saw you guys.
Stafford or Fredericksburg would be nice.
Fredericksburg?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm parked way over there. Do you want me to wait? Do you want to wait here? Or do you want to come with me?
I'm down to go.
Okay, it's up there by the chili place. So I have to cross. I tried to cross the bridge. I have to cross at the crosswalk. You're welcome to join me, or you're welcome to wait here, whichever.
Could we wait here?
Sure.
Yeah, we have a...
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm David Franco.
I'm 7.
You're who?
7.
7.
Yes.
Oh, I have a preference.
Recording started.
Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg, yeah.
All right. Wagon ho.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from upstate New York.
What part?
Rome.
Okay.
But I settled here.
What brought you down to the south?
Pardon?
What brought you down here?
Too late to get in over there. Whoop, I'll do it. What's going on in New Orleans?
Seems like a cool city.
Oh! You guys are old souls.
Yeah, pretty much.
When I walked past you, I'm like, 70s flashback.
We're adventurers, explorers.
It's just a cool way to kind of explore the country. It's lets you meet a whole lot of different people that you'd otherwise never be able to meet.
Especially when you don't have money, and I don't know. I like to believe in the kindness of people, and I think more stuff like this should be going on. Everybody's so separated from each other.
I do miss hitchhiking and picking up hitchhikers. I don't know what happened to it. I guess Uber and Lyft killed it. I don't know.
There's also, it's a lot more common out west.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I have friends who do like stuff out there who are full time, like just kind of live around outside.
Definitely feel like there's a lot more fear mongering on the East Coast that stops people from doing stuff like that.
I would agree. I didn't know there was less of it out west, but I would definitely agree there's too much fear mongering.
I feel like there is just as much fear mongering out west, but there's more like of like the like opposite of what fear mongering is, or whatever they do on the West Coast. The ideas of like freedom that like the West Coast like acts like they pertain to.
I also have been picked up way faster in Oregon than I have in Virginia thus far. I've gotten like twice as far in Oregon in less than 3 hours than I have here in 2 days.
Oh.
Which is all right. It's just kind of the way it goes, but it's definitely interesting to see the different cultures of different places.
When I was in the Navy in '85 in Philly, in my hometown being in upstate New York, that was my primary way of going home for long weekends, was hitchhiking.
It's so cool that used to be so prominent.
I could always count on a ride to be in home enough time to enjoy the weekend and back to Philly in time to not be late for duty.
That's so nice.
I don't think I could depend on it today.
It's definitely a little more random.
Yeah.
We're getting places though.
We are.
You are only the second person who's picked us up though after 2 days.
The first guy brought us in the complete wrong direction.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't that big of a deal, but it was very silly.
Go over. Okay, I guess he doesn't want that. This is playing off my iTunes. It's got a little bit of all kinds of music. If there's something on you don't like, just hit that button and it'll random shuffle to the next song.
Oh man, I'm alright. Thank you though.
It might be classical, it might be rap, it might be country.
It's another thing I'm excited about New Orleans for. The music seems really cool.
Oh yeah.
Just have all sorts of different stuff. When do you think you stop seeing hitchhiking be so common?
It was common in the 80s. I did it in the 80s. I want to say I would see him occasionally in 98. When I settled here and I'd still go to upstate New York to visit family, I'd see him on 81 every now and then. I want to say in the 21st century they seem to have vanished. At least around here, up 81. Now, I'm talking about standing up by the highway with your thumb out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have seen people at like Lowe's or Walmart saying, "Please help me get to XYZ," but they don't do the thumb thing, and they don't leave the parking lot until someone gives them a ride.
We were kind of matching both. This one is yelling into the parking lot, "Hey, can somebody help us get to Richmond?" as we had our thumb out.
Trying as many methods as I feel like people are too nervous or busy these days to pick people up off the street.
It's just becoming a very self-centered, selfish society. I'm either afraid of the hitchhiker, or I just don't have time to bother with the hitchhiker. This is the way most people are thinking.
Yeah,
think.
that's how most people think about most things. Which is valid because of the things that are going on in our society, but like, we gotta work through that if we want to get anywhere.
Excuse me. Wow, excuse me.
So, what sort of things do you try and spend your time doing now?
Well, you might have saw my camera when I walked past you. It's a goofy hobby, but I go around with a camera in public, and I see who reacts to it and how they react to it, and then I put it on YouTube.
Okay.
How do people react to it mostly?
Most people don't even pay attention, but the ones who react to it usually react to it negatively. You can't film here. You're aiming that at private property, stuff like that. What they don't realize is if you're in public, you can film anything you can see. The trick is you got to be in public. Make sure you know where the property lines are.
Is that like your job? So,
Oh no, that's just a hobby. My job is I'm a major incident manager. IT world. When things in a data center break, they call me and I ramp up the teams that are going to fix it.
Okay.
do you like doing
Yeah, I work nights. They don't make me go to the office. And because so little happens at night, I get to sleep on shift.
That is pretty nice.
So I have all day to play with the camera.
that? This is
What?
the type of music
This is New Orleans jazz.
we're coming for it.
Pardon?
We're coming for it.
Yeah. You guys have a favorite artist or a favorite genre?
I listen to a lot of punk music nowadays. It's kind of been what I've centered a lot of my life around as of late.
I don't think I have any of that.
That's all right. Go to a lot of shows for that sort of stuff. Both of us used to live in a house that did like shows for that sort of thing. It was like a
Right.
venue house.
My kids were into a group called Blood on the Dance Floor.
Put on the dance floor.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's a big group or not. They were really into it. I don't even know what the lyrics meant, but I picked up on one, so I told them, "Hey, I'm so fresh, I got the keys to the bakery." And they shook their head and said, "No, Dad, you don't." I don't even know what it means.
What about you? Do you have a favorite genre of music?
I like 60s rock and roll, Beatles, Stones, early Stones,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I like just rewatched the Yellow Submarine movie.
Oh,
I
cool.
adore that movie.
I have a hole in me pocket. I haven't seen that in a million years.
Oh, 60s music is rad. I had been like listening to a lot of Brazil had this like movie called like Tropica out of them that was basically just like Brazilian psych rock, and all of it was really, really interesting.
I'm afraid I'm going to get a speeding ticket. I'm sorry if I kind of smiled at the name Seven. Are you guys familiar? It's probably before your time. Remember a science fiction show called Star Trek Voyager?
I haven't seen it, but I do know what it is.
Oh, okay. One of the characters is a half human, half Borg, and she goes by 7 of 9. So I kind of joked about that. I have no idea how you got the name 7, but that's what it reminded me
I
of.
kind of just like the number.
Oh, okay. It is a lucky number. I don't even know what the lyrics meant, but I picked up on one, so I told them, "Hey, I'm so fresh, I got the keys to the bakery." And they shook their head and said, "No, Dad, you don't." I don't even know what it means.
What about you? Do you have a favorite genre of music?
I like 60s rock and roll, Beatles, Stones, early Stones,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I like just rewatched the Yellow Submarine movie.
Oh,
I
cool.
adore that movie.
I have a hole in me pocket. I haven't seen that in a million years.
Oh, 60s music is rad. I had been like listening to a lot of Brazil had this like movie called like Tropica out of them that was basically just like Brazilian psych rock, and all of
Oh.
it was really, really interesting.
I'm afraid I'm going to get a speeding ticket. I'm sorry if I kind of smiled at the name Seven. Are you guys familiar? It's probably before time. Remember a science fiction show called Star Trek Voyager?
I haven't seen it, but I do know what it is.
Oh, okay. One of the characters is a half human, half Borg, and she goes by 7 of 9. So I've joked about that. I have no idea how you got the name Seven, but that's what it reminded me
I
of.
kind of just like the number.
Oh, okay. It is a lucky number. How long did it take you to get from Philly to here?
The Amtrak's down to Baltimore. That only took like an hour and a half, and then getting down to DC took about, I'd say, an hour.
Oh, wow, you guys are making good time.
Yeah, and then we got brought to Stafford Avenue instead of Stafford, Virginia.
Oh.
So that added a day on.
Okay.
Then we had to turn back this morning,
Right.
and now we're here.
Stafford, Virginia. Where is that?
It's like on the way to where we're going.
Yeah. Is that a place you guys can lay your head? Or was that a place you guys can lay your head, or just catch another bus or train?
Just catching another ride.
Okay.
Really, we're just trying to catch as many rides as we can until we make it to New Orleans. Maybe if we find people in a city that we mesh with, we might stay a couple days. Maybe not. Just all depends.
Well, my home's back that way. But I didn't know if Stafford was part of the plan or just part of the route.
Just part of the road.
I'm going cheap. Wow. Okay. That was an aggressive move. Three. Wait, HOV is supposed to be faster. What up?
ever go onto the Appalachian Trail since you're so close to it?
I've never walked the entire trail, but I've been on it. Just north of here, Maryland, Pennsylvania line. I walked like a mile or so of it there, and a little bit further west and south in Virginia, western part of Virginia. I've never actually done the whole trail. I heard that's quite an adventure.
The whole trail is
Yeah, I think I'm too old for that.
it's forever.
I had a friend who did it. It took him about 3 months.
That makes sense.
That's pretty good time, too.
Yeah. It'd probably take me a year. Because I'd quit in the winter.
I've done little bits of reading about people just recounting their time on it. It's always crazy.
Just walking for 3 months and then driving somewhere.
Well, I think we did it. He'd walk for a day or two, have his wife meet him at a certain place. They'd get a hotel, and then she'd bring him back to the same place, and he'd keep walking. It wasn't 3 months of nonstop walking. They were sleeping in restaurants, and whatever husbands and wives do in hotels.
We need to get out west and trails.
Yeah. Summer is the perfect time to go to the. Actually, fall is the best time to go to the Pacific Northwest, but summer's pretty good too. It's,
I'd like to get out to Arizona and Utah and explore some of those canyon areas.
yeah, it's really pretty. I was able to go to Arches National Park.
I saw pictures. I want to go.
It's so cool. It really just feels like an alien planet. I went on like the hike that the actual like the picturesque arch is on, and I saw somebody in an inflatable dinosaur costume, like the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
What are some other places you really want to go?
I'd like to go back to Bosnia and see how they've changed. I was part of I-4 in '96.
Oh
And it
my
was-
God! Okay.
It was devastated by years of civil war,
Yeah.
and they were starting to rebuild. I'd like to go back and see how that is. My girlfriend and I went to Yellowknife, Canada in February of 2020. I'd like to go back in the summer. February near the Arctic Circle is just a little bit too extreme for me.
I cannot imagine.
If I could afford it, I'd like to go to Norway, see the fjords.
Yeah.
was the town you were talking about? Was it Stafford?
Yeah, we're trying to.
Oh,
Stafford or Frederick?
we can go either.
Fredericksburg is farther, which would help us out
Okay.
more. But
Alright.
if you're in a rush,
I'm in no hurry. I saw the sign. I'm like, wait a minute, you said Stafford.
yeah, this is where the guy said we would go.
Oh, okay.
And then he took us west.
Oh, okay. I knew I heard the name of that town before. Okay.
Do you come down this way ever?
My girlfriend has a sister in Frederick. Is it Frederick or Fredericksburg? I get those two. One's in Maryland, one's Fredericksburg. Okay. And when my kids were younger, I used to go a little bit further, King's Dominion, which is Dawswell, Virginia.
I've never been.
If you're pushing for distance, we can keep going. I don't know what your plans are, where you plan to lay your head, or where you plan to catch the next bus.
Ultimate goal is to try and get to Richmond,
Okay.
but
I feel like Fredericksburg is the best place to be, if not Richmond.
yeah.
Richmond 4 hours. I'm off tonight. You guys want to go to Richmond?
I mean, if that's possible.
Okay. I'll have to stop for gas.
Yeah, absolutely.
When's the last time you all ate?
We've eaten pretty good today.
Yeah, today has not been so bad.
After express lanes in, I'll look for a gas exit, top off, and then head to Richmond.
Richmond! Have you ever been to Richmond?
A couple times. Had a friend I had to take down there for surgery just before COVID. I'm not real familiar with it. Oh, and it used to be our state legislator would have their lobbyist day on Martin Luther King Day, and my church would go down there lobby for gun safety. Of course, we were outnumbered.
Trying is what matters.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys are politically. Me and my church were bleeding heart, tree hugging, commie pinko liberals.
Not quite that, but something around there.
Okay. Not really commie, but I play with the people on the other side of the aisle who like to call me that.
We'll call anything that moves a communist.
Yeah. That's true.
Anything that moves in any different direction.
Anything slightly left of hard right fascism.
Yeah. I thought we were the majority until this election. I'm like, what happened? Yeah, we survived it before. We'll survive it again. I hope.
Yeah. I think a lot of it was a poorly run campaign in a lot of ways.
That was kind of thrown together late.
It also just didn't really, I mean, running as basically the only difference in her cabinet from Biden's that she made clear would be that she would put a Republican in her cabinet.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like a weird, like, moderate campaign that ran towards nobody, it seems.
Trying to reach out to the other side, I guess.
Yeah, but like, if you're going to vote for Trump, you're going to vote for Trump.
That's true. That's true. He didn't get more votes. It's just that this time
He got
Kamala got
three-
less. Yeah.
million less votes than he did last election.
50 million?
3 million.
Oh, 3 million. I was going to say it was ballpark about
Yeah.
the same. What changed was the Democratic turnout.
Democrats
The
lost.
Democrats was like
Pardon?
20 million.
16 million votes.
16 million?
lost.
I went to the Kamala Harris rally a week before Election Day at the Ellipse, and I was certain that night that, oh, we got this licked. We're gonna put Trump away. And Tuesday night was hard to watch for me. I know 71 million are happy, but where were the rest? I'll get over it.
Things are gonna get worse, but people will always stick together.
Yeah.
We'll just keep fighting for something better. Which definitely the Democrats will not have given us that.
Just continue what I do and rely on my own community.
There you go.
Politicians can't really save us.
Just keep hurting.
shimmer of rainbow on that cloud.
Think about that. You guys got good chargers on your phones?
We have a bunch of portables on us.
Okay.
That stuff you need to charge.
I have FireWire. I have USB-C. I think I got micro USB too if you need it.
It can hurt to charge our
What do you have? USB-C or micro?
I have an iPhone. I also have.
iPhone. Okay. Here's an iPhone charge. Same thing back there.
the Type C.
Type C. That's this one. The blue cable. Is the other one plugged in?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
So deep in the inner city that I don't see animals like that much. Philly does have like a league of cowboys that live in the actual inner city.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just like ride the horses around sometimes. It's not around me, so I don't see it too often. But every once in a while, you'll be walking down to Philly and you'll just see somebody on a horse trotting down the street.
Closest thing I remember to cowboy in Philly was the Country and Western bar on Broad Street. This is how bad of an alcoholic I was. My favorite stomping ground in Philly when I was in the Navy was a place called the Dolphin. We call it the Blue Dolphin. And I was old enough to be in the military, but I was underage for drinking.
Not a problem in Philadelphia.
Yeah, we showed our military ID card. The usher would usher us straight back to the back where there was a dance floor. All the booze you could drink, and went there for the better part of a year. And then about a dozen years ago, I went back just on a whim. I noticed the Dolphin's still there. I'm walking around taking pictures and sending them to Facebook with my shipmates. And I said, the Dolphin's still here. And then I noticed in the middle they advertised live nude dancers nightly. I'm like, it's still here, but it's turned into a strip club. And everyone who hung out there also replied, it always was. I'm like, no, it wasn't. I'm like, yeah, it was. Apparently, if you were of age to drink, you got ushered into the front, and that's where the adult activity was going on. How did a just barely out of puberty young man miss that? I don't know. I was on the booze, yeah. It was all about the booze.
Not the booze.
Booze, not boobs.
There's a really cool street in Baltimore. It's called The Block, and it's just like all these beautiful old, like turn of the century theaters.
Oh.
And all of them have turned into like strip clubs and sex shops, but like on the inside, they're still absolutely beautiful.
Oh wow.
And they've all been building since like the 20s, and were turned into strip clubs in like the 80s.
Wow.
They like keep it furbished and nice in there.
And it's right across from the courthouse and the police precinct and the jail.
In the jail.
Short trip for some of the customers, I guess. I don't. Excuse me. I'm going to gas up at exit 126. Use the restroom.
I also really gotta piss.
Okay. Sounds like we got a plan.
Spotsylvania.
Pardon?
Fake.
I'm sorry?
There's just a place called Spotsylvania.
Spotsylvania. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a big shopping area.
Yes, it's the spot for sure.
Yeah, yes. And they have what was that coffee shop from Friends? They have a coffee shop with that same name, Central Park.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think probably my favorite part about Friends is that there's a lot of edits that people make that edit out the laugh track.
Oh, yeah.
And it just makes everybody look like psychopaths.
Wasn't me. 126 is a bad idea.
Does your YouTube channel get a lot of views?
It's hit and miss. Some videos, my best video view count is 180,000.
That's a lot of people.
A more normal video count is 200-300. Lately I've been getting political, and I'm lucky if I break 100 on those. But on the reaction to cameras, they do pretty well. Anywhere from 4,000 to 100,000.
People like seeing other people get stupid.
Yeah, it's the drama that pulls people in.
What got you into that?
Well, I'm part of a veterans group who did not like what looked like they were planning for January 6th 4 years ago. And we decided to get together and see what we could do to stop it. Well, obviously we were outnumbered. There was nothing we could do to stop it. So the plan was take cameras and take pictures. Take lots and lots of pictures. And if anybody commits crimes, we can turn those pictures in. And I said, well, what if they don't want their picture taken? Isn't that a violation of their rights? And they all laughed. And they told me about something called a First Amendment audit. That's the idea. You can take pictures of anything you can see from public. And that's how I got into that. After January 6th, of course. Of course, after January 6th, I had to lay low because there were some very angry, what do you call them, Proud Boys, Oath Keepers.
Fascists.
Yeah, they were very not happy once they realized that people were there taking their pictures.
So you're a part of the reason a lot of them are getting arrested right now?
Yeah, but much to my dismay, they're probably about to get pardoned in January.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Well, at least what you did made it so like people at least know who they are.
Yeah,
Their names are blasted everywhere, and people who do not like Trump really know who all those people are.
Yeah.
And know to keep an eye out on them.
And some of them know who I am, and that kind of worries me a little bit. But
do they know where you live?
That's a good point. Not yet.
Good, good. We'll hope it keeps that way.
Yeah.
Is on.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
You can still travel.
Yeah, you
I have to work.
Damn it.
If you work enough, you can take a break.
How do I get back? Oh, love traffic. Love traffic. Working nights, I forget about rush hour traffic.
Who were some of the more interesting people that you met when you were hitchhiking?
I wish I could remember his name. My favorite was a guy. He was going to Clark's Summit, Pennsylvania, and I think of it every time I go home and pass it. He gave me a ride one very snowy Liberty weekend going from Philadelphia, and when he dropped me off, he felt bad and he gave me $100. He says, when you hitchhike back through, pay me back. I never saw him again. I don't know his name, but that's part of the reason when I saw you guys, I'm like, what can I do? I gotta do something. Pay it forward.
Thank you so much.
But I never met any famous people, if that's what you mean.
Oh god, I doubt anybody hitchhiking has ever met anybody famous,
that's true.
besides maybe Hunter S. Thompson.
Is he the guy that picked up Howard Hughes, or claims to him?
He was the guy who wrote Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Gonzo journalist.
That was it was a dark movie. There was some guy who alleges he picked up a hitchhiker, and it turned out to be Howard Hughes. And there's all controversy about whether it's true or not, because Howard Hughes's will disappeared, and allegedly this guy was left a big chunk of money, but he never got it because the family moved fast. I got flipped off by Marjorie Taylor Greene once.
I scared Christine Nolan once.
Ah,
She's just an insane woman. She's the one who talks about Jewish space lasers.
she's going to be running the Department of Homeland Security.
I keep having to remember that the cabinet that we're going to have is going to be so crazy. Robert F. Kennedy in charge of health, Christine Nolan.
What could go wrong? Department of Homeland Security is going to be run by a lady who brags that she shot her dogs.
She did shoot her dogs.
Why'd you shoot her?
I don't
They were
remember
bad
the
dogs.
Oh, they're untrainable or something. I'm like, yeah,
She's like,
let's.
they're chasing my sheep.
I could possibly see if it was a defend the sheep thing, but I don't think it was that. I think it was she couldn't potty train them. I don't know the whole story. In fact, when people told me about it, I'm like, nah, this isn't real. And they showed me references to her book where she bragged about it. I was
She
like,
writes
wow.
about it. It's like, I know how to take care of excess fat in government. I shoot dogs. Which is kind of a really good metaphor for Republicans.
Yeah. At least Trumplicans. Yeah, definitely. Remember the good old days when I thought Bush and Reagan were evil?
They still are.
They were pussycats compared to this.
I don't know. Reagan kind of,
Yeah.
the long-term lasting impacts of everything that he did have absolutely destroyed a lot of our nation's best cities.
Yeah. I tend to agree. I very rarely find a person who agrees with me on that.
He's like their idol, basically, which makes sense.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys seem so young. How do you know things like Reagan and Friends?
For me, a lot of it was through my dad. The internet kind of makes things timeless.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
If it's existed,
Yellow Submarine. I'm like, what?
yeah.
You guys look younger than my kids, and you know Yellow Submarine. That's so cool.
I also just spend a lot of time looking at things.
And a lot of stuff pumped out nowadays is absolutely garbage.
Yeah.
There's some really good stuff today. There's definitely a higher quantity of garbage.
Yeah.
It's true.
Then again, I do think that the garbage that they used to pump out just isn't remembered because it sucked.
Yeah.
Especially stuff like animation, they don't make like they used to anymore.
Or music. Some of the older stuff I got here, they rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed, took cuts in the studio until they finally got it right. Nowadays, you just do it once and synthesize it.
I always try and be an optimist and think that art's always going to be in the best place it is because innovations will continue to make it more accessible to everybody and people be able to continuously create really cool independent art. That's always going to happen. But general, I don't know, general culture stuff is a little bit different.
Do you guys follow this anime stuff?
Not particularly.
Oh, okay.
I've seen a couple of
I don't follow it, but my kids do, and so I'm very aware that near the time of the Cherry Festival in DC, they have a lot of anime
We
conventions.
walked past that, didn't we?
Oh, is it? Okay.
The Cherry Blossom Festival in DC. We were.
It's in the spring.
I guess.
But they use, because that's Japanese heritage. It comes along with a lot of anime types conventions right around that time of the year. My youngest daughter has to go to every one. I don't understand any of it, but
I think it's cool that stuff from countries so far away gets to
Yeah.
have its place and gets to be seen by the world. It's one of the cooler parts about living at the times that we do now. We have access to every country's art, which is really, really special.
that's right. In our past too. So
Yeah.
folks here at a parent age know stuff that I forgot. Can I be so rude as to ask your ages?
I'm 21.
21?
We're both 21.
Both 21?
How old are you?
Ancient. No, I'm 59. I'll be 60 in April. It didn't really hit me how old I was until I left the Army as a Sergeant E5. Today, if I'm near the Pentagon or Fort Belvoir, I'll see a sergeant major or a colonel who looks like a child to me. I'm like, they look so young. When I was in the Army, they looked so old. I probably look like a crusty old man to you guys.
You seem to be doing pretty all right.
Oh, thank you.
I try not to be ageist. I think that's like something our generation definitely doing the best with, is not just hating old people or babies just because they're not students.
A lot of my YouTube connections call me, so they call me geezer, octogenarian, which would mean I'm in my 80s. I'm not in my 80s. Boomer, which would mean I'm probably a decade older than I am.
Boomer has transcended what it used to be.
Yeah, that's true. They just think I'm a boomer because they don't know what this is. Simon and Garfunkel.
It's just old folk records.
Yeah. Old.
They know who Bob Dylan is.
Bob,
It's the same.
yeah, there you go.
I used to listen to a lot of like Greenwich Village era folk stuff. Pete Seeger, Phil Oakes,
Oh, yeah.
that sort of stuff was really my jam for a while. Buffy St. Marie.
Who?
Buffy St. Marie. She was this Native American folk artist around the same time. We did a lot of really cool like benefits concerts for stuff like that. I think part of why I like that era of music so much is so much of their like live performances were really dedicated to doing something with the funds that they raised.
Yeah, oh yeah. That was very miffed. I came up on duty one day in Philadelphia, and I'm on quarterdeck watch, and I think I hear Queen. At the time, Queen had disbanded. Freddie Mercury had a big fight with the other band members, and we hadn't heard from Queen in a while. It was on the verge of becoming the classics, and I could swear I hear Queen. And I asked people coming on, oh, do I hear Queen? Like, yeah, they're at the concert, one of those benefit concerts, Live Aid, I think, or Farm Aid, I can't remember. Where Freddie Mercury had gotten back with Queen. I'm like, that's just, where the stadiums are. I'm like, I could walk there if I wasn't on duty.
Oh man. Yeah, the Farm Aid stuff.
Was it Farm Aid? It was one of the aids. I don't remember. Africa Aid, Farm Aid, Live Aid. We are the world.
I think the big one was Farm Aid, but I could be misremembering. That was a huge one.
It was, yeah. And I didn't even know what was going on until I think I hear We Are the Champions.
It didn't sound like a recording.
No, no. Oh, right. I get the reference. Lip syncing. Milli Vanilli, is that what they were called?
Mm-hmm.
They were known for lip syncing on stage.
I'm not sure.
They didn't actually perform. Well, they performed, but they weren't actually singing. Here's the fun of not planning, at least on my part. Where in Richmond am I taking you?
If it helps, we haven't planned that either.
Oh, okay. I have a feeling it's going to be dark when we get there.
Yeah, it did start real early. Well, I've actually never been to Richmond. Where
Is the music back there too loud, too quiet, just right?
I'd say it's
Okay. Chill, that means just right? Okay. Center City. I wonder if that's like Philadelphia. It's like City Hall and stuff right there, literally in the center. Oh, 34 miles. That's probably to the outskirts. I apologize, but I see my second chance. I'm going to hit it. I made the mistake of letting 3 kids get in front of me at the men's room. I will be right back.
Wi-Fi is on.
End result of that,
Recording
you have to
started.
pee a lot.
I already have to pee.
Oh, do you need to?
Oh no.
Okay.
I just meant in general.
Just in life.
How's the temperature for you guys?
This is perfect, thank you.
to see our Lord. I may not live to see our Lord. I will gladly join the fight. But I will gladly join the fight. When our children tell our story. When our children tell our story. They'll tell the story of tomorrow. Let's have another round. Let's have another round tonight. Let's have another round tonight. Raise a glass to freedom.
I was not expecting
Something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you. There's a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us. Telling the story of tonight. Tell the story
Sleep.
of
Sleep?
No, she just keeps on tapping my shoulder.
Oh, okay.
No matter what they tell you. Let's have another round tonight. There's a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us. Telling the story of tonight. Let's have another round tonight. And tell the story of tonight. Raise a glass to freedom. And tell the story of tonight. Raise a glass to freedom. And tell the story of tonight.
Finkel, Finkel. You're gonna look me up, and I'm gonna be embarrassed.
You said you do more political content now?
The last few weeks around the election time, I got pretty political. My audience doesn't like it. They like people reacting to cameras.
What is political content? Is it just like you talking?
Me talking or me on a panel talking.
Okay.
Actually, 2 days after, there's a lot of inter-channel drama too. 2 days after the election, I opened a panel to discuss the election results, and two characters came up that are like always bickering, and it was a 3-hour panel of them slamming each other. And I'm like, so how about them vote counts in Florida? Kind of comical in a sad way. But on my video tab, it's mostly me walking around with a camera. Sometimes just a one-person commentary. But if you sort it by view counts, the higher view counts you'll find are people reacting to cameras. You would think I'd find a better hobby.
You ever considered like combining the two things, like going to more political stuff and just?
Like when I went to the Paris rally, I tried to go live with it. Portable live's kind of hard for me to do. I suck at it. But I took the recording from that and made a couple videos out of it. Wasn't a lot of activity. I think there was only 3 people out of thousands. Somebody says 75,000. I didn't do a head count, but it felt like 75,000. But I only saw 3 people openly supporting Trump, which was a little different than January 6, 2021.
No, like them or not, they went for it.
Yeah, they gave it a
We
shot.
were just in DC walking in front of the Capitol, and there's like, I was looking at it, I was like, oh yeah, you could totally storm this. There's like 8 guys.
Yeah. Security was not good that day.
It's
Or
still
any
not
day,
good.
but yeah. Me and my group, our big issue with it was they were planning to violently overturn the electoral count. And being veterans, we swore oaths to the Constitution. That just didn't jive with us very well. I didn't understand it. There were a lot of veterans and active duty in the crowd trying to do it. I'm like, your oath, your oath, your oath!
That's the whole thing about the Constitution being valuable, right? It's up to interpretation.
Yeah.
Sometimes that interpretation is being dictated.
I also went to the Trump indictment in D.C.
Oh man.
And there were a lot of people from both sides of that issue. I didn't go, but my oldest daughter went to the, what do you call it, the Women's March 8 years ago,
Yeah.
when everyone had the pink knitted hats.
I ended up, I went to the Trump rally that happened Tuesday. It's really really interesting how many people like were surrounding the rally, just like selling things,
Yeah.
and thrifting, and pretty soullessly, honestly.
He sold a lot of merchandise
Still selling.
for the number 47. What I'd like to see, since the administration's, what do they call it? What's the word? Not dead horse.
Lame duck.
Lame duck, thank you. Since the administration's lame duck anyway, Joe Biden ought to resign, making Kamala Harris the 47th president. And then all that merch is, he has to change all those hats to 48.
In the last day.
Last day, last month, tonight. That would just be funny as heck, I think. And what's that guy's name? Fuentes?
Nick
Nick Fuentes? Yeah, it's like
I just got doxxed.
glass ceiling. It's a brick ceiling. I'm like, if they did what I just joked about, I don't think they'd really do it. Say those bricks just fell on you, Nick. I think Nick Fuentes and Stephen Miller, I think they got beat up a lot by girls when they were in school. They seem like the kind of guys that are unhappy because they have a grudge. I think the girls stole their lunch money. I don't know. You guys be traveling through the night, or are you going to lay your heads tonight?
Probably lay our heads tonight.
Will we try and find a hotel to get you guys?
I think we'll be fine. Thank
Sure.
you. Yeah, we'll find something.
I want to go downtown and talk to people.
Yeah.
Walk around, talk to people.
See where the best spots are to be.
Yeah, I've never been to Richmond, so I'd like to figure out what people do.
It's been rare enough that I really don't know my way around or what to do. But
I've always just been to Charlottesville.
I never thought about it. I didn't have cell phones when I used to hitchhike, and I didn't have a hitchhiking partner. You guys have cell phones and each other. It might be a good idea if you could do it without offending the driver. Take a picture of the license plate and send it to some friend back home, or somebody you know out there, in case something bad happens. They know the last vehicle that picked you up.
Yep.
That's honestly very smart.
You
That's
run
the
the risk
advice.
you run the risk if the driver sees you doing it, they might be offended. But I think offending someone is far better than you just vanishing somewhere between here and New Orleans.
I do definitely keep my pocket knife very readily accessible in my pocket.
I text Jake over in Paprika and trade and become like iMessage friends with each other and give them your location.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Periodically drop a pin or whatever you call it, so they know where you're at. A relative or a friend or.
That's what I used to do when I
I think it's great that there are two of you. I always did this alone, which now I'm looking back, it wasn't too bright.
I mean, back then you could get away with
I've also done it alone now.
Oh, okay. I don't mean to be sexist, but it's probably a little safer for you than it is for her.
Yeah.
Although evil does go both ways. my bad because I'm the one that breached it. It might be a good idea to avoid political discussions.
Generally, I do.
They outnumber us and they're angrier. Even though they won, they're angrier.
I definitely don't think they outnumber us, but they're definitely angrier.
That's a good point.
And they're definitely empowered right now.
They feel empowered. They feel, yeah, you're right. They don't outnumber us. They just outnumber us at the polling places. Damn it. Downtown. I guess that's where we're going, downtown?
Yep.
I really love
Pardon?
I love just looking.
Oh, yeah. I was getting nervous. It was staying green for a long time this year. And when the colors finally came out, like, yeah.
No, it's been hot for a while. It just now starting to kind
guys. Yeah, we're done at rush hour.
Five's the beginning of rush hour.
Yeah, the darkness. I'm thrown off by the. It's only 5. Oh,
Not like Santa's time.
my most recent video released at 5. I got videos stacked up to release at 5 p.m. every day until the 21st. And then tonight's stuff back up. And that's the 22nd. Pardon? Yeah, I'm ready for winter so I can. I was chilly out there. Oh, yeah. Known I was going to run into 2 people with old fatigues, and I brought Phil jacket liners.
I do have a liner.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. We went once a year to catch a Broadway show each of my high school years. And my parents took, well, that was with my youth group. My parents took me once or twice when I was younger. Yeah, I fell in love with Broadway at a young age. Godspell, Hair, JC Superstar, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and Wicked. No, Wicked. I'm sorry, Wicked. I took my daughter when I was older. Let's see. Godspell 9th grade, JC Superstar 10th grade, 11th grade with Joseph. In 12th grade, the youth group leaders made the mistake of saying, "Hey, they're seniors. Let them do what they want." They went to Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Pardon?
Jesus Christ Superstars.
Yeah, that was. I enjoyed that. I'm not a big C Christian, but I did enjoy the story, the musical. I guess technically, since I went to youth group, I was a big C Christian then, but
Lots of people got a youth group.
yeah, I think I was faking it. It was for the girls.
Does being in a church youth group?
Well, I thought so. There were like 2 guys for every 10 girls. The odds were good. Didn't work out the way we wanted it to, but the odds look good.
In retrospect, it wasn't the best plan.
Yeah, looking back, I wonder if there were some missed opportunities I just didn't click.
That's a lot. Are people who live in like the rest of Virginia scared of Richmond?
No, I don't think we just have much need to go down there because we have everything in a metropolitan area once in Fairfax County, Arlington, DC.
Yeah.
I like in Maryland. It's very much like people are scared to go to Baltimore. Like everyone who lives not in Baltimore.
Everybody in Pennsylvania is terrified of Philly.
Oh wow.
But in those places, they do not have what they need to like get by.
Yeah.
Like they all live in very destitute areas.
I just can't live without a Kennedy Center or a Broadway theater. I got to be in driving distance to something like that. Even I can even settle for the Arts Center at oh boy, what is it? George Mason.
It's very.
I don't know if you guys caught it. One of the songs from my soundtracks is from Hamilton. Oh my God, that was a great show.
I did clock that. I'm very surprised to be hearing
I love that show. I went ahead and subscribed to Disney just so I could watch it over and over again. My girlfriend waited online, refreshing the screen for 6 hours to get those tickets.
that. I very much hated Hamilton in high school,
Oh, did you?
but I think that was just more because everybody I hated liked Hamilton.
Oh. Okay.
You were also in Theater Magnet, right?
Yeah, and I hated them all.
Oh, yeah. My third daughter was in theater, and she insisted I come home for one of their performances. And what it was is they were doing spoofs on Rocky Horror Picture Show. And for the time warp, the kids got out and grabbed someone from the audience to do the time warp. And I did everything backwards. I just was not expecting. That was the reason she wanted me to come, so she could pull me out and embarrass me. I jumped to the left, I jumped to the right. And what was it? Just a jump to the left.
At least you got to jump.
Yeah. That's true. Jump to the left, step to the right. I can't remember now. What do you think, Broad Street or?
That,
I haven't seen a downtown sign in a while.
I have no idea.
Yeah, me too. I think that makes three of us. No, she's got ways back there. Ooh, easy, easy.
Yeah, I'd say taking maybe this next exit.
Okay, let's get lost in Richmond.
I think Broad Street is exactly.
It sounds like somewhere we'd want to
It
go.
connected because you said Center City, and I remember Center City in Philly being right in the middle of Broad Street. I think Broad Street stops at City Hall and then picks up on the other side, if I remember correctly.
I don't know none of the streets.
Broad Street is the main street.
That's what the BSL is.
The Broad Street line.
Oh,
The bullshit line, if you ask somebody who's from there. People from Philly love complaining about their public transit, but it's so good.
yeah.
It seems like Center City is just a bit farther down this road.
Okay. It's far better than New York City's subway system.
New York City's subway system has never done me wrong.
It's Phil's downtowny.
Yeah.
These buildings are weird.
Yeah. God, that almost looks like.
Richmond's like architecture is really different.
Yeah.
From what I understand. Like everything's way bigger and more spread apart, and like not. It's like basic fancy. Richmond's a very rectangular city.
Hmm. If I remember history, Philly was intended to be that way.
It's got
Something evolved.
it's got gridded streets, but all the buildings are really different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Richmond doesn't. Richmond's sort of gridded in this area, but it's not that gridded.
And I see they're 9 degrees off. We're on East Broad Street. If I remember, Philly was North and South Broad Street.
Yeah.
This building on the left reminds me of City Hall, Philly.
I think
Yeah.
that is literally City Hall. of Richmond.
Oh,
Yeah. Old City.
I like Phillies because you can just walk in the middle of it.
Philly City Hall is like super cool. They put a lot of effort in.
oh shit. I wasn't paying attention. Will you guys know how to get back to 95?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All the buses are free in Richmond, so we can
Oh.
get around Richmond pretty easily.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
we're
cool.
set then.
Yeah, I didn't know that. See, socialism good. Yeah.
Yeah, people can actually get places. What a
Yeah.
crazy thought.
We've just been asking bus drivers to let us on.
Sometimes that works in DC. Sometimes that really, really does not.
You guys asked me the last time I hitchhiked. I forgot. I jokingly do it in the metro system when I'm waiting for a train. The train comes, I stick my thumb out just to get the weird looks from people. Hey, but it works. The train stops every time.
Oh my god. Wait, we have to walk back this way and talk to all the people in line for. They're in line for Cave Town, Leia.
There's a Cave Town show tonight.
There's a bunch of trannies over there, and they're all in line for Cave Town.
You want me to turn around? Keep you close?
Or just, I mean, I guess we could just get out here.
Yeah, right here works.
If you want, I can get you guys a room here and then
Oh.
give you the keys and go away and you guys can drop all your gear.
I think we'll be all right.
You
Sure.
don't gotta do all that.
Yeah,
already
you've done so much for us.
Okay. Well, let me find a. Oh, how about that public parking over there? Do a U-turn. Oh, no, U-turn up there. All right. I'll try and work my way back to that parking area, and you guys will be good from that. You got a lot of gear though. Are you gonna be okay carrying that
Yeah, we've been carrying it a lot.
to the show? All right. We'll just make Seven pay for the ticket if I get ticketed for this illegal U-turn. That's a lot of stuff. You sure?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Making our do, doing our do, making your do.
Risk another ticket. All right. Seven, you got all the tickets, right?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
you can ship them to my address.
Okay. Yeah. Wait a minute. You didn't tell me your address. That's okay. All right. Here we go. Public parking. Enter here. Is it free? We're just unloading.
No, you know, kind of powerful, just a mode.
Okay. All right. You guys gonna be good from here?
We're
Yeah,
gonna be so
all right.
fine. You did us so good today. I
Yes,
appreciate
thank you so much.
My pleasure.
What in Richmond?
You guys got the fatigues, you got the hair. You should be in a hair musical. You guys ever seen Hair?
I've heard of it. I've listened.
You ever get a chance to see the movie? It's awesome. Yeah. Seven. Thank you.
I guess we'll just leave our Richmond sign.
Anything you want to dump, you can dump there. I just say I gotta clean it up.
I'm leaving you a Richmond sign for the room.
All right. Excellent. I'll go right to that.
You'll be ready.
This is everything?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Good luck to you and your guys. I wish you the best in all
I came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road, and I asked him, "Tell me, where are you going?" This he told me. Said, "I'm going down to Yasgur's farm, gonna join in a rock and roll band. Got to get back to the land and get my soul free. We are stardust. We're golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. Can I walk along beside you? I have come here to lose the small, and I feel like I'm a part of something turning round and round. And maybe it's the time of year, maybe it's the time of man, and I don't know who I am, but life is for learning. We are stardust. We're golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. By the time we got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong, and everywhere was the song and the celebration. And I dreamed I saw the bomber jet planes firing shot into the sky, turning into butterflies above our nation. We are stardust. We're golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden.